Hello, how are you? I'm good, thanks. Hey, just wanted to tackle some recent news that hit the newspaper and the radio stations here in Gillette in Northeast Wyoming. And the soundbite was this: renewables outpace coal in the United States in 2022. Of course, that soundbite gets our attention because of our local economy here. But I want to dive into that a little bit before the panic sets in and dissect the numbers and really show what this is, the true meaning of this information is. And I'm not going to panic. I'm just going to lay that out right now. Like it's not enough for me to panic. It was a little bit of the article was designed a little bit probably to be a scare tactic. But it does have some merit and informs us that renewable energy sector of energy production does continue to grow, and that's okay. We can survive in a balanced market with renewable energies, and but I want to dive into that and show you some key points or takeaways that I've seen here, and then let you decide for yourself what that means for you. So let's dive into that. Published April Fool's Day 2023, Gillette News Record. The author behind this is Nicole Pollock from the Casper Star Tribune. Anyway, first paragraph out. U.S. generates more electricity from renewables than coal for the first time in 2022. That's the soundbite. That's the attention getter, right? Like, oh, they're going to scare us to death. But let's dive into this and see what it all means. 20% of the country's power come from coal last year. Okay, that's from the Energy Information Administration. So they're sourced there. And they're going to be sourced for the rest of this article where this information comes from. Solar and wind jumped from up to 14% production in 2022, the total grid. And then if you combine that with hydro, biomass, geothermal, what they're saying the true outlook for all renewable resources is 21%. So they're saying this 21% is greater than the 20%. I think there's some marginal error there that could be interpreted, but again, the point of the story and showing that there's some merit here. Coal has competition with all renewables, not just solar and wind. We have to include hydro and biomass and geothermal in that too. So all good sources of energy. So don't misinterpret what they're trying to say here is what I'm trying to say. Later on it goes down here to say coal was at 19% of the national total electric grid last year. Like I said, pretty marginal between 19, 20% and the 21% that they're suggesting. Now later on, here's where it gets interesting. So later on in the article, they finally talk about natural gas, that totaling 39% of the electric production last year. Now the reason I say that's important is because if you all remember last year, so 2022, 2021, and really kind of at the end of 2020, we started to see a spike in natural gas prices. That's because there was a shortage, not only nationwide, but worldwide of natural gas. And I bring that to light because as we move through these cycles and as politicians and environmentalists and anybody else that puts pressure on coal, they're also putting pressure on natural gas because natural gas is still, as you can see, according to the EIA, the leader of the pack for energy production, which is fine. I'm just pointing out the facts here. What that means for us in Northeast Wyoming, is we shouldn't panic. You know, we produce natural gas, we produce coal. They've thrown in nuclear here as one of their statistics. We still produce uranium. So I don't see this as being such the start of the crumbling of our economy here. And I want to share that with you because this information, I mean, the facts are the facts, right? But it's not enough here to say Northeast Wyoming is going to dry up again. The markets are good; they're just becoming more balanced. I'm maybe with you a bit surprised by renewables, wind and energy, solar and wind energy kind of picking up some speed there. But keep in mind that was all subsidized by the government, so it's costing us taxpayers money to subsidize those industries. So take that for what it is. Yeah, so I'm going to go back and just kind of point out some things here and kind of put this whole article in perspective, okay? Okay, 2022 numbers. Coal at 20% of the national production for the energy. Hydro, biomass, geothermal, solar, and wind combined, 21%. Nuclear, 19%. Natural gas, 39%. Add that up, that's 99%. So we know that there's some margin of error in here, all of which is to be expected when you're trying to track energy production like this. But here's my point for the economy in Northeast Wyoming. Coal and natural gas combined, 59% of the total grid or total energy production in the United States comes from those two sources. That's why I'm not panicking. 59%, call it 60%, call it whatever you want. 60% of all that we still have an impact on. We can still produce those products. We're still part of a much bigger picture of the national energy production than folks would want to give us credit for. So don't let the sound bites panic you. Don't get caught up and sidewinded by what they've printed here. I agree, the facts are the facts. I'm just saying, think it through. And the logical answer is we're going to be just fine irregardless. So, and like I said, I think there's merit in that information that was publicized. And maybe 2022, 2023 is a bit of a turning point for our local economies. We just have to accept it for what it is. But it doesn't mean we're going to dry up and go away and not be productive and be a part of the world anymore. And the reason I bring this up or kind of keep repeating this is I look back in 2016 and 2017 when everybody said Gillette and Northeast Wyoming was going to dry up and go away and it was going to become a dust bowl and blah, blah, blah. We were the first office to step up and say, that's ridiculous and we don't believe that that's going to happen. And even if the real estate market does crash, it's going to rebound and come back much stronger, which it has. Fast forward to 2023, prices are drastically different. Even from 2015, they're higher than that. So I don't get caught up in the sound bites and what the news stories are trying to convince you of. Dissect the data, make your own opinions, and just take it for what it is. And know that we're not going to go nowhere. The real estate market's not going to go anywhere. The energy market here is not going to go anywhere for us. Do they go up and down and go in cycles? Absolutely. But it's not enough to panic over, especially like what we've seen people doing in 2016 and 2017. That was the most ridiculous thing I can still remember. And we were trying to tell people that, and they didn't want to listen to us. Here I am again. We're gonna say it again. That soundbite was that newspaper article and on the radio was caught your attention. Don't read too far into it. If you like the videos, want to stay in touch, like the page, hit the notification button, toot the horn, share, whatever you want to do. But hopefully this was insightful and helpful for you. Thank you.